Amanda. You're from West Virginia Gamers.
I am.
Were we supposed to have a meeting on Saturday that we completely missed? If so, I am so sorry about that.
No, not that I'm aware of, at least.
Hmm. All right, yeah, I have date here September 12th at 11, and it looks like I missed that, and then maybe it was supposed to be the 14th at 11, and that's why it wasn't on my calendar today. I don't know. In any case, I'm sorry I'm late. Glad to meet you. Where you at in West Virginia?
I'm in Flemington, West Virginia. It's about an hour south of Morgantown, if you're at all
No, no.
familiar
So I
where
used to
Morgantown
live.
is.
I am. I used to live over about it. Well, my whole life actually, I lived in Western Pennsylvania, and I lived in a place called Midway, which was about 25 minutes or so from Weirton.
Okay, yeah,
So I
northern
lived a
panhandle.
lot. But then, yep, yep. But then, anytime we go anywhere, we'd have to travel through West Virginia. So kind of my playground growing up was, that whole Maryland, West Virginia area.
Okay, awesome. I'm actually originally from Winchester, Virginia, so I
Oh,
came
I
here for
love
college and just
Winchester.
never left.
Winchester is so beautiful.
It really
I love
is.
driving through Winchester, especially Old Town. It was
Mm-hmm.
one of those places that was really hard. Like we never sped through there. Even as a bunch of teenage guys driving around, never sped through Winchester. We'd always slow down and roll the windows down and take it all in. But yeah, so I am the director of communications for StackUp. I am ready to answer any and all questions that you have.
Okay. Well, my first question with you is, Brian, are you with an I or a Y?
I am with an I.
With an I. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I see that Stack Up is a charity organization for military members as well as the civilians. Can you explain a little bit about how it was created?
So our CEO, Stephen Machuga, was stationed overseas and did his deployment in the army. And a lot of the ways he got through his deployment was through gaming. He often tells stories about his deployment. The famous story that makes the round is his unit was sent a bunch of Harlequin romance novels, like used romance novels, and that's not what a bunch of guys over sitting in the desert want. They ended up kind of shooting the books up at the confiscated weapons range, and that kind of was when he realized people want to help, but they don't know quite what to send. And it's not World War II anymore. We kind of take care of the guys over there. They have the socks, and those care packages are welcome because the troops know that people are thinking about them. So even no matter what's in them, they're welcome. But being able to send games to the troops was really in our CEO's heart. It's what helped him get through his deployment, and he realized that by sending something like that over there, you would be able to make a tangible impact.
Oh, awesome. Well, can you explain your background, like how long you've been in the military, or if you are in the military, and
I'm actually one of the few civilian members of Stack Up. Our staff is, let me think of the numbers right now. It tilts more veteran. I think it's five or four veterans and two civilians right now on our staff. Um, I am the director of communications. I always tell people I have the privilege of being able to tell their stories. I love that idea, and that's how I got into this. It started off as a doing my own little media and podcasting stuff, and I just knew Steve from seeing him at events, and he was always a great person to hang out and be around at events. I love the idea of games helping veterans and helping the troops. Who hasn't been bored and or having a bad day and found the cathartic release that gaming gives you? Something very easy to empathize with. So from there, I just got more and more involved. They needed somebody to handle their media. I was kind of doing media, and that led to me coming on board with the charity.
oh, awesome! Like I'm actually a part of a charity organization called Extra Life that helps with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, raising funds for all of the CMN hospitals here in the states. Um, so it kind of goes like along with that, where you're trying to utilize your passion of gaming to help those that that could use the help with it.
Yeah, and as Stack Up went on, we always knew we were making this positive mental impact by sending out the supply crates. We also do our air assaults where we bring people deserving and disabled veterans out to events like PAX and E3 or Comic Con, And we knew the positive mental aspect of that, getting these veterans back out into the world, exposing them to this great community that is welcoming and wants them to be a part of it, and things like that. But it wasn't until we started our stop program, it's called the Stack Up Overwatch program, that we really dived into the reasons and the whys and the hows of the mental health by creating. We now have a 24/7 uh, Discord server that provides peer-to-peer support for mental health, with trained peer uh, counselors available to talk people, provide them the resources they need, steer them in the right direction, and at the end of the day, just to lend an ear, even if that ear is just playing a few games with somebody. And that really, it's like, that was the all right. Everything we do is mental health, but here's the driving force of it. And sometimes, the gaming, I've seen it firsthand. We've done events with the Wounded Warrior Project, or other veteran events, groups where we bring these video games out to veterans, and they'll have people that they won't come out for a baseball game, they won't come out for a barbecue, but they'll come out to play some video games, and they'll sit down and play video games, and then an hour goes by and the real conversations start to happen.
That's great. I know you were just talking about the STOP program. Can you explain a little bit about the different programs? Because I saw on the website that there's like 4 or 5 different programs within Stack Up.
Yeah, I'll just go through them and give you sort of the pitch of all the programs, and that way you have it. So we have the supply crate program, and that's just those are the boxes of games, consoles, and gaming accessories, geek culture items that we'll throw in there, and those are sent all over the world to veterans stationed, active duty troops stationed overseas, veterans here in the states. Um, Basically, anywhere we can get them is where those go out to. People can just nominate or request those online, and we go through the vetting process. We have our air assault program. That's where we bring out three vets normally to an event, and it's like everything from the PAX events: PAX East, PAX South, PAX West, E3. Um, we've done the San Diego Comic Con. We've done esports events in London. We've done some stuff up in Canada with developers, studio tours, and we just bring these vets out, all expenses paid, show them a great time, let them meet developers, in the case of Comic Con, be able to meet some great creators, and just let them have that moment, bring them back out into the world, and let them see what these once in a lifetime, quite frankly, life changing events for a lot of these people. We also have our Stacks program. The Stacks are, we call them our boots on the ground. There are local volunteer groups. We have, I believe it's 23 at the moment, all throughout the country, that go out and volunteer and do various things. We just had a group from Holloman Air Force Base that get together even during the social distancing with the masks on and everything to provide game nights at the Air Force Base there. So things, they get out, they volunteer, they help in their communities. And then, as mentioned, we have the Overwatch program, and that is the 24/7 peer-to-peer support through our Discord channel. We have people standing by, available to talk, and that program is open to both veterans and civilians. We don't turn anyone away. If you're in our community, if you're a gamer, you're on our Discord, you can come in, you can talk to somebody, and get some help.
Oh, that's wonderful. Is there any way that I could get the link to your Discord so I can include that?
Oh, certainly. If you give me 1 second, want to grab up the vanity URL, and I can never remember. If you want to keep talking, I can look while I answer questions.
Okay.
If you have any questions.
Going along with the supply crates, what type of games are you looking for those packages, or even like the consoles and things like that?
So obviously, we want to try and we keep as next gen as we can. We're heading into a very interesting, situation right now with the new gen of consoles just on the horizon. But right now, we're sending out, your Xbox Ones, your PlayStation 4s. We've done a few Oculus, we've done some Switches. Things of that nature. As far as games, it's normally whatever's requested. You'd be surprised. A lot of the requested games are your Call of Duties, your Battlefield type games. The shooters are always at the top of the list, as are sports games and things of that nature. And then we also, we have worked with our, generous partners, EA, Sony. They're always great about sending us a nice, tub of games that we can send over, and these will be mixed match of all different genres. But basically, we try and send over, we try and keep it as current as possible. We send over the newest hardware, along with trying to do the best we can to get the next gen games out with them as well. The current gen of games.
That's awesome. Um, I'm also intrigued by the mascot. Why the T Rex?
All right, so Stack Up Rex, as he is lovingly called, came about by a volunteer, one of our Stack members, who simply threw on one of those inflatable Rex costumes and held a sign out in front of, I think it was like the VA Center, about Stack Up and supporting the troops with gaming. And then the next time he did it, he put the shirt on. So Stack Up Rex had the red shirt, and then it just sort of became a thing. It was cute. The community loved it, and we just blew it up from there. Why not Stack Up Rex, right?
That's awesome. What is one thing that you wish to convey to the readers of this article about this charity organization?
Boy, that's tough. Uh, I don't know. You know, this is so it matters. I guess is the one. A lot of people hear gaming. A lot of people, we still fight the uphill battle with the whole stigma against gaming, let alone a veteran thing. But gaming, it does matter, and it really helps. That I can't convey that enough. I've seen it firsthand. I'm lucky enough to experience the air assault trips right alongside these veterans and see that spark and that excitement and how much it matters. We had one guy who was very social anxiety. He was to get ready for the trip to it was PAX South, and to get ready, he would go to Walmart for like 15 minutes at a time to get used to being around the crowds. And that's and then when he got there, he's like, I did that because I was nervous about the crowd. Now I realize I don't have to be. It was so welcoming and open, and that is the gaming space. It is welcoming, it is open, and organizations like Stack Up, we want to be there, and it matters, and it's important that these people have this outlet, this way to communicate.
How can others help with this organization to see it grow and see it spread wide? Because I've never even heard of this until I saw it on the schedule for PAX Online.
Well, we are going to be having our big fundraising drive in November. Of course, that's Veterans Day, and we call it Call to Arms. And this is actually our 5th year. Stack Up is 5 years old this November. It was founded on Veterans Day 2015. So it is 5 years old this November. We are super excited to be celebrating 5 years supporting the troops. And we're going to be having a huge fundraising drive the whole month of November. You can go to stackup.org to find out more information about that. It's right on our homepage. If you're a streamer, we'd love streamers to come on and support us. We have incentive programs that people can get involved with there. Again, that's right on our website. And then there's just all kinds of volunteer ways. Join our Discord, get involved in the community, and find out how you can help.
Okay, awesome. Um, is there anything else that you'd like to share with me that you'd like to have included in my article?
No, I think we're pretty good. You asked some great questions. Gave me, yeah, I think we're good. Sorry if some of my answers are long winded. I'm used to doing. I threw my podcast voice on and realized about halfway.
No, you are completely fine. I did have one thing that I wanted to let you know. As I was like researching this organization, the on the website,
Mm-hmm.
the how did this all start? It goes to like a broken link, like the page
I'll
isn't
take a
found.
look at that right now.
Like it'll show like the when I was in Iraq part, and when you click on the read more, it just says page not found.
It does. I will make sure that it's taken care of. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Um,
that.
no problem.
Yeah, he actually has the romance novel story right there. I didn't even realize. But yeah, that's always the fun one. That people don't know how to help sometimes, right? One of our first campaigns was actually no more socks, right? Because they have socks, they don't need socks.
Yeah, like I know, like when I was in college, like we always did the like the big care packages things with like the local churches to send, and that was like always something that they wanted included was like socks, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and things like that. And I'm like, but what about entertainment for these guys?
Hmm. Yep. And being post 9/11, I was 23 when that happened, and a lot of my friends were in that age group, and I had just gotten married, but a lot of my friends are still single, and quite a few of them went over and served during that time, and that was the number one thing I heard in phone calls and just word get my back, man. It's just send me something to do. Um, I always say to civilians, you want a good example of a good war movie to watch to see what it's really like. Watch Jarhead. It's one of the most boring movies you'll ever watch, but it's kind of the point.
Yep. I have a friend that I play D&D with, and he just retired from the military, and he talks about like all of his times when he had to go over to the Middle East, and he's like, I took my D&D stuff just so we had something to do.
Yep. D&D is real popular, and we've started to include a lot of the our role playing stuff ourselves. We're excited. We're starting to work with a branded dice set so we can send stack up dice over and things like that.
That'll be great. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much for chatting with me again. I'm sorry I was late.
No, you are completely fine. I wasn't sure like if I needed to like ping someone or what was going on, so no, it gave me time to like relax my nerves.
How is PAX Online going from the press perspective?
Well, this you were actually my first interview. I didn't schedule anything over the weekend just so then I could just see like how it was going versus everything else. So so far it's going good.
Right on. Yeah, it's that's this whole. I miss conventions. I'm so sad.
We are too. Like we were planning on actually going to GenCon for our first like big GenCon convention this year, and then it went online, and I was like, well, I guess I went to my first GenCon.
Yeah, I again, like I said, I'm from Western PA. I moved down here to San Diego just about a year ago now, right at the end of October, um, and or beginning of October, and I was so looking forward to Comic Con this year because I'd be local, and I'm like, this is going to be awesome. They'll have the Airbnb, but I'll have my car here. That's always a constraint to some of these conventions we go to when we bring the air assaults out is transportation, right? Otherwise, you're Ubering everywhere, and you can rack up a pretty big bill. And we're a nonprofit, we got to think about that stuff. So, but I was excited. I'm like, I'll have my SUV. I could, I was even thinking, man, maybe I'll rent a boat. And what a neat way to see the convention center, go down through the harbor, and then of course COVID. And I'm like, I didn't even get Comic Con. It was like so
Oh.
bad.
Um,
No TwitchCon.
I know it's been a learning curve because I was originally supposed to go down to Orlando for a big Children's Miracle Network Hospital convention in like the beginning of April when this all first started. So I had to keep watching to see if they were going to shut down airports and things, and finally they just completely canceled it. But I was like, I wanted to go there so I can learn more stuff to bring back here to help out, and it's just been a whirlwind adventure of learning online stuff because I'm not a streamer whatsoever, but I'm learning.
Yeah, it's a thing, man. Hopefully, I'm hoping we'll be in San Antonio in January. If not that, maybe PAX East. Hopefully, something in the summer. I don't know. I want to get back to it. I miss traveling.
Yes.
I'm getting stir crazy. I'm not. The past 5 years, I travel every 2 months, and now I've been home for like 8 months, and it's just like, no, this is enough now. Done.
Oh yeah. Now you're in
All right, well,
San Diego, so are you dealing with a lot of the wildfires out there as well?
there was one that was about 12 miles away from us, the Valley Fire. Luckily, it was burning the opposite direction,
Oh
and
good.
the only thing we're dealing with is the smoke. But this is new. Like it's just you go outside, it looks overcast, and it's like it's not overcast. It's
Yeah.
smoke.
Oh jeez. Well, stay
Yeah,
safe
they're
out
trying.
there.
Now it's like, one thing, you're hiding inside from COVID, but at least we were going out to the beach, going to the smaller beaches and getting away from the crowds, right? But getting the outside air, and now you don't even want to go outside because it's just icky.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, please send me a link to the finished article. If you guys post it up on Twitter, tag stackup.org.
Okay.
Same thing, Facebook, it's stackup.org written out. And we will share that across all our channels as well.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brian.
All right. Thanks, Amanda. You have a great day today.
You too. Bye bye.